Hi Cancer, welcome to your love reading for February 2020. Let's go ahead and see what is coming up for you for the month of February. This is the love reading for the sign of Cancer for February 2020. The first card you have is the Six of Wands. Love reading for the sign of Cancer for February. Eight of Cups. Love reading for the sign of Cancer for February. The Empress. Love reading for the sign of Cancer for February. The High Priestess. Love reading for the sign of Cancer for February. Three of Cups. Love reading for the sign of Cancer for February. Seven of Cups. Love reading for the sign of Cancer for February. Four of Cups. Love reading for the sign of Cancer for February. And the Ten of Pentacles. Love reading for the sign of Cancer for February. Five of Wands. Okay, what's the most important thing that Cancer needs to hear about their love life for February 2020? The message that you have, Cancer, is the Four of Swords. So the Four of Swords, I mean, this does represent perhaps somebody asking you for some space, somebody pulling away from you. This is someone that needs time to think, someone that needs time on their own to figure things out. So we'll come back to this card in a minute and see how it ties in with the rest of the reading. Let's go ahead and start at the top. And if you would like a private reading with me, just go to my website, channeledguidance.com, and I'll put a link right below the video. Okay, so I mean, I feel like you're dealing a lot with a lot of things in the month of February. You've got the Eight of Cups here. So some of you could be dealing with somebody, again, this ties in with the main energy, somebody who has walked away from you. Somebody who has asked for some space, because the Eight of Cups, it says someone walking away. This is someone who has turned their back on you, someone who has changed their mind and maybe decide to end a relationship. However, I mean, you do have the Six of Wands here and the Emperor. So again, if somebody has said goodbye to you, if somebody maybe is even talking of moving on or thinking of moving on, you actually have victory right next to this. So some of you, if they're thinking of perhaps walking away from you, ending the relationship, it may not happen with the Six of Wands here. Now, if somebody has already left your life, somebody has broken up with you, I mean, with the Six of Wands, this could be something that is temporary. You also have the Emperor here. So the Emperor, this is about taking control. So some of you could be I feel like you're in a very emotional place because you do have the Seven of Cups here, which is, kind of being emotionally overwhelmed. And then you have the Four of Cups, someone who is kind of, very unhappy. You're kind of numb. Some of you could be really kind of dwelling on the loss of a relationship. That's what I'm getting here. Where you've got to stay in control because you actually still have a chance with this person with the Six of Wands. There is still a possible victory here. Now, if you look at the next row, and this next row, I mean, what we have here is, we have the High Priestess, the Three of Cups, and the Seven of Cups. So even though, I see possibly somebody has walked away from you, either they have left already, they're thinking of leaving, or somebody has just asked you for a timeout. Like, I need a break from this relationship, or I need a break from this marriage. And this has left you in a very kind of emotionally kind of fragile place with the Seven of Cups, where there's just a lot of confusion. Like, why did this person do this? You have the Three of Cups here, which means that there can still be happiness. The Three of Cups is a celebration. Happiness, this is you feeling on top of the world. So this is a total opposite from the Seven of Cups and the Four of Cups. So you might be down in the dumps now and then on top of the world tomorrow. You're being told here to trust your intuition. We have the High Priestess. It's telling you, trust your intuition. Do you really think this person is going to leave? Or do you really think this person is gone forever? I mean, usually with the Seven of Cups, I mean, there could be something here with a choice. So for some of you, it could just be the choice as far as, like, is this person going to change their mind and come back to you? If there is a third party, like perhaps another relationship or marriage, it could be that this is very confusing also for the person that you're involved with. But you're being told here by the Emperor to stay in control. Like, don't become emotionally overwhelmed, that you kind of lose track of what you're trying to gain here. Now, if we look at the bottom row, and I will hold them up for you if you can't see them, because we've got the Four of Cups here. I mean, the Four of Cups is, I feel like it's the sign of Cancer. Like, maybe you're in a place where you're just so emotional over, somebody leaving, somebody talking of moving on or asking for some space, that you might kind of feel like, I don't really care anymore either way, because this is a very kind of depressed energy. There is a sense of sadness and almost not caring anymore. but you still have a relationship here with the Ten of Pentacles. This is, stability. This can be marriage, a committed relationship. It's just that somebody is really struggling here. We've got the Five of Wands. Perhaps, this can be someone who's highly conflicted about being in a relationship with you, leaving another relationship to be with you. Can also be that there's just a lot of differences between you and this person that you want to be with. I feel like the sign of Cancer is in a very emotional place. You've got the Eight of Cups, the Three of Cups, the Seven of Cups, the Four of Cups. I feel like you're in a really emotional place in the month of February. And I feel like you're dealing with someone either who has walked away from you, someone who has asked you for some space, or someone, also possibly all of these things, that is conflicted about staying with you, getting back together with you, or maybe even leaving another relationship to be with you. Okay, let's get a few more. Let's see what else comes up for you. What other messages are there for the sign of Cancer for February 2020? You've got the Ace of Wands. What other messages are there for the sign of Cancer for February? King of Wands. What other messages are there for the sign of Cancer for February? And the Two of Wands. So some of you could be dealing with a fire sign here, which would be Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Male or female, sun, moon, or rising. Can even represent you if you have a moon or rising in a fire sign. But the King of Wands, if there is no fire in your chart and no fire in the chart of the person that you love, the King and the Queen of Wands actually represent taking action. So this, I feel like for some of you, this might not be a fire sign because the King of Wands ties in with the Emperor. This is about taking control, making a decision, making things happen. But look, you've got the Two of Wands, which means that somebody has put you on the back burner. There is waiting here. What you're waiting for is this new beginning. There is a clean slate. There is a second chance for the sign of Cancer. Again, I feel like you're dealing with somebody who is either talking of moving on or who has left you. Somebody who has ended a relationship. There is a new beginning here. There is a clean slate for you. But there is waiting around it. I feel like you're waiting for someone, to make a decision. Someone who's perhaps very lost, confused about the choice they need to make. And someone who is just kind of, very conflicted. Like it's, being with you is not that easy. With the Five of Wands, I feel like they're struggling with a decision. They're struggling with themselves. Okay, let's get a few more from the confirmation deck. Let's see what else comes up for you. What other messages are there for the sign of Cancer for February 2020? You've got the Ten of Cups. The High Priestess. Actually, that's interesting. The High Priestess next to the High Priestess. What other messages are there for Cancer? And the Page of Wands. I'll put that there. What's the most important thing that Cancer needs to hear about their love life for February 2020? Yeah, you're being told here, that there's going to be kind of a delay. I do see a new beginning for you with the person that you love. This is a clean slate. You're able to start over. But remember, these two cards go together. There is a delay. There is waiting around this person that you want to get back together with, or this person that you want to be with. There is a delay here. There's kind of, there's slow progress because I feel like this person has a lot to figure out. This was the main energy from this deck. This person has a lot to figure out. They have a lot on their mind and they need this time to kind of, think things out. Now, if we look at these three cards here, for the sign of Cancer, you do have, this is a happily ever after. This is you getting, this relationship that you want, the happiness that you want. This can even be marriage. And just kind of showing you here, you've got the High Priestess 2 times. This is telling you to trust your intuition. Do you really think this person is gone forever? Or do you really think this person is going to leave you? The sign of Cancer, and usually all the water signs are very intuitive. You're very psychic, even if you don't see yourself that way. I feel like your intuition is telling you whether this happily ever after is going to happen or not. And remember, you do start with the Six of Wands, so this is a victory. Although there is a goodbye here, or someone who is perhaps moving in the direction of leaving, there is victory here. There is a possible new beginning, and you've got, kind of a celebration right in the center of the reading. It almost seems out of place, but this is what is to come. You also have the Page of Wands. So, the Page of Wands, this could be good news coming to you. This could be communication, but it also means that there is a lot of change coming up for you. A lot of change, especially from the challenging energies here, like the Eight of Cups, the Seven of Cups, the Four of Cups, all this emotional energy. This is change, excitement, adventure that is headed your way. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the X spread. Okay, Cancer, let's go ahead and see what's going on between you and your ex for the month of February. Cancer and their ex for February 2020. Interesting, the Ace of Wands, because this was one of the cards from the first spread. Cancer and their ex for February 2020. You've got the Fool. Cancer and their ex for February. The Knight of Cups. Cancer and their ex for February. The Hangman. Cancer and their ex for February. 8 of Wands. Cancer and their ex for February. The Emperor again. Cancer and their ex for the month of February. 4 of Pentacles. Cancer and their ex for February. The Wheel. Cancer and their ex for February. And the High Priestess again. This actually was your repeat card in the first spread. So pretty interesting. Again, we're looking at a spread here for those of you where you want to reconnect with an ex, the relationship is over, and you actually start with 2 new beginnings here. I've told some of the other signs of this. If this resonates with you and you're still together, this is still your reading. Like for me personally, like I don't have an ex. Like an ex, my last ex was from like 20 years ago. But I can like see here that, I mean, this kind of applies to my current situation. So again, if you're still with this person, this is still your reading. Let's go ahead and start at the top. Okay, so you've got the Ace of Wands, the Fool, and the Knight of Cups. So again, you know, it's interesting. I'm asking about an ex, and we start with 2 new beginnings, especially the Fool, because this represents a major opportunity for a new beginning with this person. You've got the Knight of Cups. So, I mean, this is your relationship continuing to grow. It may be over now because, I mean, that is like the first thing that caught me in the first spread, that you have the 8 of Cups, you have the 4 of Swords as the main energy. And again, with the 4 of Swords, this is just somebody that maybe has not really walked away from you. They just need a time out. They need time to think. You also have the Ace of Wands here as the first card. And the Ace of Wands, this is a new beginning. There's still a very, you know, big chance here for a new beginning with your ex. This is a clean slate. A whole new life with this person. But I feel like, you know, you're going to have to take a risk maybe in taking this person back and trusting them again, especially if this is someone who has really hurt you. This can definitely be your ex trying to win you back. This is someone who's trying to romance you and sweep you off your feet. But this still is your relationship continuing to grow and to move forward. Now, in the next row here, you've got 2 major arcanas. You've got the Hangman. You've got the Emperor. Whenever I see 2 major arcanas, I always look at what's in the middle. And what do you have in the middle? You have perhaps a very surprising communication. The 8 of Wands can represent, you know, kind of communication that it just like startles you. This is like fireworks, a lot of excitement. Can also just be a new development around your ex that kind of has you really fired up. But for some of you, you could still be here. You've got the Hangman. There's still stuck energy around your ex. You know, it could be that they're still in limbo. They're still trying to figure things out. Especially with something here like the Emperor. I feel like, you know, this card also came up in the first spread. This person may really just need to like take control. You know, make a decision and stick with it. I feel like once this person really knows, you know, what they want and they figure things out. Again, we saw the 8 of Cups. We had the 7 of Cups. We had the 4 of Swords. Once this person like really like takes control and kind of figures out what, you know, what they want, what they're feeling, there is a lot of excitement here for you. A lot of excitement, communication. There's just some type of movement, development. Speaking of movement, you got the 8 of Wands lined up with the Wheel. This is a big change around you and your ex. This is telling you that possibly in the month of February, this is a card of destiny. This could be where you finally see that big movement, that big change. Down here, again, if you can't see them, I'll hold them up for you. You've got the 4 of Pentacles. So this person is being kind of really stubborn and holding back from you with the 4 of Pentacles. They're playing it safe for whatever reason. But there's still, you know, a possible change here. Again, this is a card of destiny. The wheel wants to turn for you in the month of February. And you're just being told here, you know, trust your intuition and watch the signs. Again, this is important because this was a repeat card for you in the first spread. Again, Cancer is very intuitive. So if you think your ex is going to return and you feel like it's not over, then it's not over. Trust your intuition. Also, as far as like, you know, should you take this person back? Should you allow this big change to happen in your relationship? Okay, let's get a few more. Let's see what else comes up for you. What other messages are there for the sign of Cancer about their ex for February? You've got the Page of Wands, which also came up in the first spread. Cancer and their ex for February. The King of Pentacles. Yeah, and the 7 of Pentacles. There's definitely a decision here. The Page of Wands, I mean, this is change. This is perhaps a lot of excitement coming to you. Ties in with the 8 of Wands. This is communication. So I do see possible communication with your ex. You've got the King of Pentacles, which would be an Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Male or female, Sun, Moon, or Rising. It can also be you if you have a Moon or Rising and an earth sign. I mean, what I see here is that someone is doing a lot of thinking with the Seven of Pentacles. This is someone who is weighing their options. Like this ties in with the Hangman. I feel like Cancer is dealing with someone that, you know, they needed a timeout. They needed a break for whatever reason. It's a general reading, so it's hard to say why they needed that break. Is it because they were confused? Is it because there was someone else? Maybe they were married or another relationship. This is someone that is like, they're doing a lot of thinking about you. They're definitely thinking, and they're trying to figure out very carefully what they should do next. I feel like whatever it is that they choose, I mean, there is excitement here for you. And again, you started with 2 new beginnings. So I feel like you will have a chance to kind of make a decision. Like, you know, do I want to go there again? Do I really want to trust this person again? The High Priestess, for the 3rd time, is telling you to trust your intuition. Okay, let's get a few from the confirmation deck. What other messages are there for the sign of Cancer about their ex for February 2020? You've got the 8 of Cups, which also came up in the first spread. Cancer and their ex for February. The 8 of Swords. Cancer and their ex for February. And the 9 of Cups. So it's interesting. You've got the 8 of Cups and the 9 of Cups with the 8 of Swords in the middle. I mean, I feel like your ex does want to return, but something or someone may not be allowing them to. You've got the 8 of Swords. This is someone that feels stuck, trapped, and I mean, this won't apply to everyone, but I feel like this could be someone else. Like, I don't know, it could be someone that they moved on with. Maybe they were already in another relationship. I feel like your ex feels stuck. Like they maybe don't know how to come back to you. This is someone that feels like their hands are tied behind their back. Like, I want to go back to Cancer, but I don't know how. Again, this person is doing a lot of thinking. They're kind of exploring their options. Like, maybe how do I get back with Cancer? Ultimately, this person like will take back their power. This is empowerment, feeling in control. And again, there is, you know, all these new beginnings for you with movement, with this person trying to win you back here. Now, I do see, I mean, the 8 of Cups was a repeat card because, I mean, they came up in the first spread. And the 8 of Cups, this is a goodbye. This could be that this person, you know, they ended your relationship for whatever reason. They felt they had to move on. But you have the 9 of Cups as well. I mean, this is your wish being granted. It's not just wish fulfillment. This is you feeling extremely happy. So this, again, this ties in with the first reading. Although, you know, we saw a lot of emotional energy there. Like the 7 of Cups. You know, there were all this, you know, kind of challenging energies. And the 8 of Cups, you also had, but you had the 3 of Cups right in the center. So there is a celebration. This ties in with that. So I feel like for some of you, again, you also had victory in the first spread. You actually started with the 6 of Wands, which is victory. So somebody may have said goodbye to you. I mean, this is what you had in the first spread. You can go back and look at it. So the 8 of Cups is here, and it's here again. So somebody, you know, chose to walk away from you, but there's still a possible victory here. You can still kind of regain that relationship. When this person really makes up their mind, there's movement here. And this person may not know. They may not know how to kind of get back to you. They may feel like they're stuck in a situation. They feel trapped. They feel like there's really nothing that they can do. Another thing that I'm noticing here is that the number of 8s. 8 of Cups, 8 of Swords, 8 of Wands. And the 8s do mean that something drastic has to change in order for your ex to return. To me, the 8s, they represent everything with RE, like restructure, rethink, rebuild. They have to maybe, you know, rethink the way that they're looking at love, relationships. They need to maybe rebuild your trust, rebuild their own self-esteem. It could be all of those things. I feel like the 8s usually mean something dramatic. There has to be a restructuring of everything so that this person can find their way back to you. Let's see if anything else stands out here. So, you know, although I see that perhaps, you know, you're in limbo right now, you're stuck because you're waiting for this person to do something, like, you know, make a decision. And I do see them being really stubborn here, but it may not be because they don't care. It may not be that they don't want to return. It's that they don't know how. Like they're stuck in some type of situation where they literally feel boxed in. Like there's no way out of this. But I do see them doing a lot of thinking here with the 7 of Pentacles. Like they're weighing their options as far as like what they can do, as far as maybe, you know, allowing these new beginnings to happen. Let me get one more for you from this deck right here. What other message is there for the sign of Cancer about their ex for February? Yeah, the Nine of Pentacles. I mean, this is telling you you have to do what's best for you. So some of you could be watching and thinking, well, I'm not going to wait. I waited long enough, or this person has really hurt me. The Nine of Pentacles is about self-worth, self-love. This is about making decisions that you feel good about. So if you feel really crappy about continuing to wait for someone, that they're holding back from you, that there's someone else, and you feel like this is, very hurtful to you, this is saying do what's best for you. Let me get another card for you from this Love Oracle here, and let's see what comes out for you. What final message is there for the sign of Cancer as far as the person that they love? What final message is there for the sign of Cancer as far as the person that they love? Final message for the sign of Cancer as far as the person that they love. Freedom. I mean, I feel like this is telling you to just kind of let this go for now. That's what I'm getting from this card. Just let this go, because you're dealing with someone that is kind of feeling like pretty stuck right now. I mean, you've got stuck energy here, someone who's holding back from you. Again, this could be very frustrating to the sign of Cancer. I feel like you're in a very emotional place. That's what I saw in the first spread. There's waiting around this person. You're waiting for this person to, kind of get out of this stuck situation. There is waiting with a Two of Wands. And you're also dealing with someone who's very conflicted for whatever reason. Very conflicted. They could be really struggling with a decision. Because you did have not just the Five of Wands, you had the Seven of Cups, which is all about someone who's very lost and confused over what to do. Lost over choices. So, I mean, I feel like for the sign of Cancer, you're being told here, just kind of let it go. It's not that you're letting go of this person, but you're just kind of, you want them back. There are messages here that there could be a new beginning. You're being told here, just, don't be cruel to yourself. Just let it go. And again, trust your intuition. If you think this person's going to come back, this is the third time you've had this card, and just kind of trust in that and wait. Okay, Cancer, this has been your love reading for February 2020. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll speak to you again next month.